Good morning, y'all. How are you? Listen, I didn't wash my dishes last night. I meant to, and then I never did get around to it. Have y'all ever seen a little round thing that said didn't get around to it? I had somebody give me one of those one time. What I want to talk to you about this morning is this. I wanted to ask you, because I'm just curious, did you help your mother clean house? And if you did, what did you actually do? Now, I want to tell you about mine and what I did as a child, growing up, what she had me doing. And it prepared me for what I'm doing today. And that was this. I had 3 little brothers, okay? Y'all know that because y'all been following me a long time. Well, they never made their beds. So here's what Mother and I did in the mornings, every morning. We would walk around the house, the bedrooms. She would get on one side of the bed and I would get on the other side of the bed, and we would make all the beds. And we would be so fast because you didn't have to go to one side of the bed and then the other side. You just stayed on your side, you fixed it. She usually put me on the side where the wall was, because I may not get the spread exactly even, and she wanted that spread even. And another thing that she did and my grandmother did, and I don't know if y'all have ever seen this before, people doing it when they made beds, but they didn't have pillows like we have today. Like, their pillows were squishy, okay? And what you did is you got out all the bed ready, pull the spread up, and we didn't have any comforters back then. We just had a spread, which I love because they look so neat. But anyway, she would pull the everything up, and then she'd take the pillow and lay it where it's supposed to go, and she'd take her arm and go in the middle, and it made a crease down the middle of the pillow, and she'd roll it over so it wound up in kind of a weenie looking shape, a long skinny weenie. And she'd put those up there, and then you put your spread over it, and then you would tuck the spread under the pillows, and it looked so neat. That look with doing it like that was called the Hollywood. It was Hollywood, and that is actually when my daddy, oh Lord, sawed off the footboard of an iron bed and the headboard so that you couldn't see it, and you just had your spread and pillow on there with something pretty over the bed, and that was the Hollywood look. Well, I've still got that bed today, and it's one of the best beds that I've got, sturdy wise. But I can't believe that he sawed off all that beautiful part. But he wanted to make Mama happy. And that was the cheapest way to do it. You couldn't buy a Hollywood bed. You couldn't even afford them. But that's what it was called. So she had me making beds. The other thing she had me doing was polishing our hardwood floors. Now let me tell you how that was a hoot, what she did. She used that Johnson paste wax, and while we were at school, she would clean her floors, and then she put that wax all over all the floors that were wooden. And when we came in from school, y'all know this is funny, when we came in from school, she'd give us all a bath towel and some slicky socks, and we'd put our feet on that bath towel, and she'd turn on music. We'd just dance and do all over the floor on that towel, and that shined that floor. And then when it was time to do the hallway, we'd run up and down the hall with our feet and run real fast and then stop and slide to the other end. And it shined the floors. Now that's what we did as children. And funniest thing, we did all that. Another thing she did is I didn't leave the kitchen till she did. Even when I was little and couldn't cook, she'd make me stay in there, and I was either putting up dishes while she was washing them, or we were doing anything like that, just washing dishes and stuff. Well, later on in our married life, in her married life, she got her first dishwasher. But y'all, it takes a lot of dishes to use a dishwasher. You got to have a bunch of them. I don't use my dishwasher hardly ever. I've got one. But when you live alone, I just don't want to pile all those dishes in there and then have to stand on my head to get them out. I feel like I'm standing on my head. I don't like dishwashers. I really don't. I'll put a little more soap in this one because I had cooked a bunch of stuff in it. I don't normally wait till in the morning to do my dishes. I do them at night. I like to have my kitchen clean when I go to bed. I don't like to leave stuff. But I didn't last night. I guess I was too tired. I don't remember why I didn't do it, but I didn't do it. I waited too late, I reckon. And so I thought, well, I'll just do them in the morning, which that's what I'm doing. So what kind of work did you do around your house? I raked leaves. I never did really cut grass. I just raked leaves, piled them up. I made beds. I washed dishes. I shined floors. I ran the vacuum cleaner. Swept off the porches. Shelled peas, shelled butter beans. She taught me how to iron. And when you think about that, my mama, she had what she called her ironing day. And we had a split level house. And the washing machine and the dryer were downstairs. That she had at one time she had a clothesline. But we lived in such a wooded area that they didn't work for us. So we got a washing machine with a dryer. And we used the dryer. But anyway, she would go downstairs and she'd set up her ironing board and turn the TV on. There was a TV on down there, and it's good and cool downstairs in that kind of like a half basement is what it was. And she'd iron all day and loved it. She'd watch TV and iron. And my clothes in my closet were organized. They were ironed, and I never went to my closet that had wrinkled clothes. Everything was ironed. She ironed Daddy's boxer underwear. She ironed his handkerchiefs that he used. All the men back then carried a handkerchief in case a girl needed it. And she ironed pillowcases. She didn't iron sheets, but she ironed the pillowcases. When you laid your head down on there, so crispy and smelled so good. And it was just a good, clean bed to get in. And I guess that's why today I still love that. I do. I love a clean bed. Anyway, so those are the jobs, some of the jobs that I had as a child. I never really cooked much. She just made me be in the kitchen helping cook, like to stir or set the table or that kind of thing. But I saw her cooking, and that's how I learned to cook, by watching her. And then later in life, when I would go visit her after I married, I would cook for her and cook anything she wanted. And then when she got up from bed in the morning, I had her some fresh biscuits made and some kind of gravy and scrambled eggs and all that kind of stuff. I had a good mama and a good daddy. Lord knows I was certainly blessed. And I can't thank them enough for bringing me up like they did. I'm telling you that. Well, I'm done with my dishes. I got a pile of them over here. Now I can dry my sink off. Sometimes what I do is after I finish and get everything dried off and cleaned off, I go ahead and bleach my sink a little bit. I don't do it every day, but I sometimes spray bleach on it to kind of keep it white and pretty. So anyway, what I guess I'm saying is this. Work is a blessing. There are people out there who would love to work. They would love to, but they're not able. They're not able. Something's happened and they can't do it, and they miss it. They miss it. So they're just not able to do what they used to do. And so if you're able to work, I suggest working and work And it could be working at a job, it could be volunteering, it could be working at home, just different things of work. And then do things for pleasure, like your knitting and your sewing and you're planting your plants, and just stay active. Stay active. That's the key. Stay active. And ask the Lord to bless you as you're trying to do what you need to do. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you for washing dishes with me. Now you can come over here and dry them. I may let them sit there for about 5 minutes and put on a load of clothes, and then I'll come back and dry them. They'll be about dry by then. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay active. Love you. Bye-bye.